Have you ever heard about the greatest mystery of Freemasonry? Today, we are going to uncover the enigmatic Jabulon, a symbol that blends deities from different cultures and, for many, represents the most closely guarded secret of the Freemasons. Could it be a universal symbol of harmony, hidden knowledge, or something even deeper? Get ready to explore historical connections, conspiracy theories, and spiritual reflections that will challenge your perspective on this mysterious society. Did you like the topic? Share your thoughts about the video and tell us what you believe Jabulon really is. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, because here we always explore humanity's most intriguing mysteries. Let's embark on this journey together. The secret of Freemasonry. What is Jabulon? Freemasonry, with its symbolic rituals and complex hierarchies, is often shrouded in a veil of mystery that fascinates and intrigues both its members and the general public. While it is not a secret organization, its addresses and members can be known. It remains discreet about what truly happens within its meetings and ceremonies. In this context, the name Jabulon emerges as one of the greatest enigmas associated with Freemasonry. It is considered by many to be the pinnacle of Masonic knowledge, something only members who reach the highest degree would have the privilege to understand. Historians and researchers of esoteric traditions debate whether Jabulon is purely a symbolic name, or if it indeed holds a profound mystical significance. Some believe it encapsulates the purpose of Freemasonry, the quest for universal understanding that transcends the boundaries of religions and cultures. Others, however, see in this term an element of spiritual power reserved for the few, fueling theories that associate it with a hidden secret capable of influencing the course of humanity. Regardless of its interpretation, the concept of Jabulon serves as a reminder that esoteric knowledge and the exploration of universal truths remain central themes for Freemasonry. It is precisely this duality, between the public and the reserved, the known and the secret, that makes the organization a fertile ground for legends and speculation. The origin of the name Jabulon, a linguistic mystery. The name Jabulon carries symbolism that transcends cultural and temporal boundaries, consisting of three enigmatic syllables: jar, bull, and on. Each is associated with deities from distinct cultures, suggesting an attempt to merge diverse spiritual ideas into a single concept. This composition is not accidental. It is imbued with rich historical and religious significance. Jar, derived from Yahweh or Jehovah, the sacred name of God revealed in the Old Testament. This term is central to the Judeo-Christian tradition, representing the one eternal Creator. Its inclusion in the name suggests a direct connection to monotheism, the spiritual foundation for many Western religious traditions. Bull, linked to Baal, a deity worshipped in the ancient Middle East, particularly by the Canaanites and Phoenicians. Baal was regarded as a god of fertility and storms, responsible for bringing life to the land. Over the centuries, however, his figure was demonized, especially in biblical texts, which associated him with pagan practices and idolatry. This transformation reflects how ancient beliefs have been reinterpreted in different religious contexts. On, related to Osiris, one of the most significant gods of ancient Egypt. Osiris symbolized fertility, regeneration, and life after death. His inclusion in the name points to the importance of cycles of rebirth and spiritual renewal, a recurring concept in many esoteric traditions. By combining these three syllables, the term Jabulon appears to transcend the boundaries of any specific religion, forming an archetype that encompasses different aspects of divinity: the supreme creator, Jah; natural and instinctive forces, Bull; and eternal renewal, On. This composition could be interpreted as a symbolic effort to unify spiritual concepts around a common ideal. Additionally, there is debate over whether the name was created by the Freemasons themselves, or if it derives from older esoteric traditions. Some scholars suggest it may have been inspired by Renaissance-era attempts at religious syncretism, while others believe it to be a more recent tradition. representing Masonic values of universality and tolerance. This plurality of meanings makes Jabulon a powerful symbol. It reflects not only the diversity of Freemasonry's spiritual influences, but also its aspiration to connect different traditions in the pursuit of a greater truth. The symbolism of Jabulon in Freemasonry. Freemasonry has always been a deeply symbolic organization, using emblems, words, and rituals to convey universal concepts that transcend time and culture. Within this context, Jabulon holds a peculiar place, often interpreted as a reflection of Masonic ideals of harmony, tolerance, and the pursuit of truth. However, its meaning is shrouded in mystery, and its interpretation may vary depending on the perspective. Jabulon is frequently presented as a concept that celebrates unity in diversity. The inclusion of references to such distinct deities, Yahweh, Baal, and Osiris, suggests a deliberate effort to transcend religious and cultural boundaries. This syncretism reflects the Masonic belief that all religions, at their core, seek the same spiritual truth, even if they employ different names, symbols, and practices. In practice, Freemasons view Jabulon as a representation of a universal principle. It is not considered a literal god or an entity to be worshipped, but rather a symbol of how diverse spiritual perspectives can coexist and contribute to the growth of both individuals and humanity as a whole. This idea aligns with the Masonic principle that each member must believe in a supreme being. While Freemasonry does not impose a specific religion or spiritual viewpoint, this symbolism also highlights a central aspect of Freemasonry: the use of allegories to explore profound truths. Jabulon can be interpreted as a reminder that the path to wisdom requires the integration of seemingly contradictory ideas. Yahweh represents monotheism, Baal, the natural and instinctive aspects of divinity, and Osiris, renewal and immortality. Together, they form a trinity that transcends religious dogma and invites Freemasons to reflect on their personal spiritual journeys. Moreover, the symbolism of Jabulon is closely tied to the Masonic concept of universal brotherhood. By embracing diverse spiritual traditions, Freemasonry reinforces its mission to promote peaceful coexistence among people of all backgrounds, creeds, and cultures. In this context, Jabulon serves as a powerful metaphor for the pursuit of universal harmony. However, due to the discrete nature of Freemasonry, many details about the role of Jabulon in rituals remain unknown. This has led to speculation and misunderstanding, with critics accusing Freemasonry of venerating pagan gods or practicing occultism. In reality, Freemasonry emphasizes that its use of symbols and allegories is solely intended to stimulate reflection and self-development, not to establish specific religious beliefs. The debate over Jabulon also reflects a broader issue: how esoteric traditions can be misunderstood when viewed through external lenses. For Freemasons, Jabulon is an expression of the quest for universal knowledge, while for critics it is often perceived as an obscure or even dangerous secret. This duality makes Jabulon one of the most intriguing aspects of Freemasonry, reinforcing both its appeal and the mysteries that surround it. The Royal Arch Degree document and its controversies. Among the ancient texts that mention Jabulon, one of the most frequently cited is the manuscript known as the Royal Arch Degree, associated with one of the highest degrees in Masonic rites. This document stands out as one of the rare written references that supposedly address the concept of Jabulon. Although its meaning remains a subject of debate and interpretation, the Royal Arch Degree is part of the York Rite, one of the oldest and most widespread Masonic rites. It is known for introducing deeper symbolism and teachings aimed at those who have already reached advanced levels of initiation. In this degree, Freemasons are invited to explore the idea of a hidden truth, something that transcends ordinary knowledge and represents the pinnacle of the Masonic spiritual journey. In the context of this manuscript, Jabulon is mentioned as a word revealed to initiates during specific rituals. Allegedly, this word is a powerful symbol, a kind of key to understanding greater spiritual secrets. Some theorists suggest that, For Freemasons of that era, Jabulon represented the integration of different religious and philosophical traditions in the pursuit of a universal truth. However, the references to Jabulon in the Royal Arch degree have sparked significant controversy. While some researchers view the term as a symbol of unity and spiritual transcendence, others interpret it as evidence of heretical practices. Critics of Freemasonry, including members of religious institutions, often use the mention of Jabulon in this manuscript as proof that Freemasonry is involved in occultist or even anti-religious doctrines. Additionally, the ambiguity of the Royal Arch degree fuels conspiracy theories. Since this document is not widely accessible to the public, many speculate that it contains secret information about Freemasonry's true purposes. Some claim it describes rituals connecting Freemasons to spiritual entities, while others believe Jabulon is an allegory for the power of hidden knowledge, something reserved only for initiates. Interestingly, contemporary Freemasonry often downplays the relevance of Jabulon, suggesting that it is a relic of the past. Many Freemasons assert that the term holds no practical or spiritual significance in modern rituals, serving only as a symbolic reference used in historical contexts. Nevertheless, this has not stopped the topic from continuing to generate debates and speculation. The Royal Arch degree also illustrates a fundamental aspect of Freemasonry: its commitment to the use of allegories and symbols to convey teachings. Like other Masonic elements, Jabulon should not be interpreted literally, but rather as a tool to inspire deeper reflection on the nature of spirituality, unity, and the quest for knowledge. The role of Jabulon in the Royal Arch degree exemplifies the complexity of Freemasonry as an organization that combines esoteric traditions, universal values, and symbolism. This complexity continues to attract the curiosity of both its members and its critics, making the study of documents like the Royal Arch degree a fascinating journey for those seeking to understand the mysteries of Freemasonry. The Catholic Church and the accusations against Freemasonry. Since the beginnings of modern Freemasonry, its relationship with the Catholic Church has been marked by tensions and accusations, reflecting profound differences between the two institutions. One of the most forceful documents highlighting these tensions is the encyclical Humanum Genus, written by Pope Leo XIII in 1884. In it, Freemasonry is described as a threat to the Christian faith, even characterized as a conspiracy of satanic inspiration. Humanum Genus accuses Freemasonry of fostering a spirit of secularism and moral relativism, values that, according to the Pope, are incompatible with the teachings of the Catholic Church. The encyclical suggests that Freemasonry promotes a worldview where religious truth is subjective, denying the existence of a singular path to God. This perspective, in Leo XI's view, directly contradicts the Christian principle that salvation can only be attained through the Church. Furthermore, Pope Leo XIII denounces Masonic rituals as dangerous and contrary to the Christian faith. While he does not mention Jabulon directly, many critics of Freemasonry point to the concept of Jabulon as a basis for these accusations. The idea that the name incorporates references to Yahweh, Baal, and Osiris is used as evidence that Freemasonry blends Christian beliefs with pagan practices, which the Church deems heretical. Another issue raised by the Church is Freemasonry's alleged attempt to undermine its authority. Since the 18th century, there have been records of Freemasons in positions of political, economic, and cultural power, leading the Church to view Freemasonry as an organization capable of influencing governments and societies. The belief that Freemasonry might be working against the Church's interests, promoting a secularized world less dependent on Catholic faith, has been a persistent concern in papal denunciations. Despite these accusations, Freemasonry has always maintained that its teachings and practices are not contrary to religion. On the contrary, it asserts that belief in a supreme being is a requirement for membership and encourages every Mason to follow their own faith. However, Freemasonry's pluralistic nature, which welcomes people of all religions, has often been interpreted by the Church as theological relativism, an unacceptable stance from its perspective. It is also worth noting that the condemnation of Freemasonry was not limited to Leo XII's pontificate. As early as the 18th century, Pope Clement XII issued the bull In Eminenti Apostolatus Specula, prohibiting Catholics from joining Freemasonry under penalty of excommunication. This position was reinforced by successive popes and remains in effect today, albeit with less intensity in recent times. The accusations from Leo XIII and other popes were instrumental in shaping the public perception of Freemasonry as an enigmatic and potentially dangerous organization. They also contributed to the consolidation of conspiracy theories linking Freemasonry to occult practices and obscure political objectives. In this context, the concept of Jabulon, often interpreted as a symbol of spiritual syncretism, has become a focal point for those accusing Freemasonry of attempting to profane the Christian faith. This tension between the Church and Freemasonry reflects a broader conflict: the clash between exclusivist and pluralist views of spirituality and power. While the Church defends the supremacy of a single universal truth represented by its teachings, Freemasonry adopts a more inclusive approach, valuing the diversity of beliefs and spiritual experiences. This philosophical and theological conflict helps explain why Freemasonry continues to be a source of controversy and fascination to this day. Jabulon, dangerous knowledge or allegory. The mystery surrounding Jabulon lies not only in its composition as a symbolic name, but also in how it is interpreted in different contexts. For some, Jabulon is much more than a word or symbolic idea. It represents a knowledge so powerful and transcendent that only those deemed worthy and prepared could access it. This perception fuels both fascination and apprehension regarding the concept. Jabulon as dangerous knowledge. To those who view it as a dangerous secret, Jabulon is seen as a kind of portal to esoteric knowledge reserved for the highest degrees of Freemasonry. This interpretation hinges on the belief that true power lies not just in concrete actions, but in the mastery of ideas, symbols, and universal truths that shape reality. From this perspective, Jabulon represents profound wisdom and a final secret capable of empowering its holders to influence the world in significant ways. Critics argue that this is why global elites are said to seek Freemasonry as a means of gaining spiritual, intellectual, or even political advantage. The notion that world leaders might be connected to this symbolic or mystical entity reinforces conspiracy theories that link Freemasonry to hidden control over world affairs. Jabulon as an allegory of harmony and unity. The prevailing interpretation among Masonic scholars and Freemasons themselves is that Jabulon is not a real being or entity, but an allegory. It serves as a symbol encapsulating Freemasonry's quest for universal harmony and the integration of diverse spiritual and cultural traditions. In this sense, Jabulon reflects the principle that true wisdom does not lie in the exclusivity of a single religion or worldview, but in the ability to transcend boundaries and unite seemingly incompatible concepts. This interpretation aligns with the core values of Freemasonry, which seeks to promote tolerance, mutual respect, and the appreciation of diversity. By bringing together elements from different traditions, the monotheism of Yahweh, the naturalistic fertility of Baal, and a renewal cycle of Osiris, Jabulon symbolizes humanity's effort to find common ground, a universal foundation upon which understanding and coexistence can be built. The duality of Jabulon. This duality, between danger and wisdom, secrecy and symbol, is what makes Jabulon so fascinating. To its critics, it is a threat, perhaps evidence that Freemasonry engages with forces or ideas incompatible with traditional morality. To Freemasons, it is a reminder that spiritual growth requires the courage to explore the unknown, confront new ideas, and integrate different ways of understanding the divine. As an organization that values the use of symbols to convey its teachings, Freemasonry has found in Jabulon a powerful way to represent the challenges and rewards of the pursuit of knowledge. At the same time, its enigmatic nature ensures that it remains a subject of speculation and debate, fueling its mystique both inside and outside the organization. The role of Jabulon in the search for truth. In the Masonic context, Jabulon is often seen as a metaphor for the very process of learning and discovery. Just as Freemasons progress through various degrees on their initiatic journey, Jabulon represents the ultimate goal, a deeper, more comprehensive understanding of truth. However, this understanding is not a static endpoint, but an ongoing invitation to explore new horizons of thought. The mystery surrounding Jabulon also highlights the importance of secrecy as an essential element in Freemasonry. It is not about exclusivity for its own sake, but about preserving the reverence and meaning that arise when knowledge is earned through merit and effort. In this sense, Jabulon is not merely a concept but a challenge, provoking those who seek to understand it to question their own certainties and expand their limits. Public perception and the enduring mystery. While this approach may be compelling to initiates, it also explains why Freemasonry and concepts like Jabulon are so often misunderstood. To outside observers, the ambiguity may appear suspicious or even threatening. To participants, however, it is a vital component of a tradition that values the pursuit of spiritual enlightenment. Whether Jabulon is a symbol, a secret, or an allegory, it remains one of the most intriguing facets of Freemasonry. Its existence, whether literal or metaphorical, continues to spark debates, inspire conspiracy theories, and blur the lines between the esoteric and the spiritual. For some, it is a window into hidden power. For others, it is a reflection of humanity's aspiration for understanding and unity. Curious coincidences. Jabulon and Jabulani. The name Jabulon is already shrouded in mystery, but its similarity to Jabulani, the official ball of the 2010 FIFA World Cup in South Africa, has sparked conspiracy theories and captured the imagination of curious minds worldwide. While it seems unlikely that there is any real connection between the two, this linguistic coincidence has been enough to fuel speculations about hidden meanings. Jabulani. The context of the World Cup ball. Jabulani derives from a word in the Zulu language meaning to celebrate. Designed by Adidas, the ball was named to reflect the festive and multicultural spirit of South Africa, the host nation of the tournament. Decorated with 11 distinct colors, the ball symbolized the 11 tribes and 11 official languages of the country, as well as the 11 players on a soccer team. The goal was clear: to create a symbol of unity and diversity, celebrating the cultural richness of the African continent. Conspiracy theories. Jabulon and Jabulani. Despite the official explanation, the fact that the name Jabulani sounds similar to Jabulon led some to speculate that there might be a hidden meaning behind the choice. In conspiracy circles, the idea emerged that the ball could be a veiled reference to the Masonic symbol. According to these theories, the World Cup is a global event used by secret societies to transmit coded messages or reinforce their global influence. These speculations, while intriguing, lack any concrete evidence. However, they highlight an interesting phenomenon: how names and symbols can carry meanings far beyond their original intentions, especially when they intersect with popular imagination. The intersection of symbols, unity and diversity. Though the connections between Jabulon and Jabulani are purely speculative, both share a common theme: unity through diversity. Jabulon, as a Masonic symbol, reflects the attempt to reconcile different religious and cultural traditions in the search for universal truth. Jabulani, on the other hand, was conceived as a celebration of South Africa's cultural diversity and the unifying power of sports on a global scale. This linguistic and thematic coincidence underscores the power of names and symbols to evoke emotions, interpretations, and even mysteries. Both Jabulon and Jabulani, though from completely different contexts, represent ideas of harmony and connection, concepts that resonate deeply with the human experience. The ball and Freemasonry. Mere coincidence or something more? Freemasons, known for their discretion, have never officially commented on any connections between Jabulon and the World Cup ball. This, of course, only adds fuel to the popular imagination, where silence can be interpreted as confirmation. However, Scholars of symbolism and linguistics emphasize that it is highly unlikely that there is any real link between the two names. Still, for those who believe in conspiracy theories, the 11 colors on the Jabulani ball might be seen as another hint of a Masonic connection. The number 11 is often associated with esoteric symbolism, representing balance and spiritual enlightenment in some occult traditions. The persistence of mystery. Whether or not there is any connection between Jabulon and Jabulani, the fascination with names and symbols continues to play a significant role in how we interpret the world around us. The coincidence between the names serves as a reminder of how language and symbolism can transcend their origins and generate new layers of meaning. For some, the similarity is nothing more than a curious detail. For others, it is an opportunity to explore deeper theories about how symbols, intentional or not, can reflect greater ideas about unity, diversity, and mystery. Perhaps it is precisely this ambiguity that keeps Jabulon, and even Jabulani, as compelling topics for discussion. Reflections on Jabulon, a universal symbol. Jabulon is one of the most intriguing concepts associated with Freemasonry, not only because of its mysterious nature, but also for what it represents: the convergence of spiritual, cultural, and philosophical ideas in a pursuit of greater truth. Its interpretation is multifaceted, varying across contexts and perspectives. While some see it as an esoteric enigma, others perceive it as a universal symbol of unity and understanding. Jabulon as a reflection of universal pursuit. Freemasonry, at its core, is a spiritual and philosophical journey. Its rituals and symbols are designed to guide initiates toward a deeper understanding of themselves and the world around them. In this context, Jabulon can be viewed as a metaphor for humanity's search for meaning and connection. By uniting elements from different traditions, Hebrew, Phoenician, and Egyptian, Jabulon symbolizes the idea that something universal transcends cultural and religious boundaries. This perspective aligns with the fundamental values of Freemasonry, which encourages its members to respect all forms of spiritual belief and seek knowledge through dialogue and exploration. In this sense, Jabulon serves as an invitation to transcend the limitations imposed by dogmas and prejudices, promoting a broader and more inclusive understanding. The complexity of symbolism. The symbolism of Jabulon extends beyond its linguistic composition or historical roots. It encapsulates the idea of harmony in diversity, a central theme in Freemasonry. However, this complexity is also the source of many misunderstandings. To critics, Jabulon represents an attempt at syncretism that challenges established religious traditions. To Freemasons, it is simply a symbol illustrating the necessity of integrating different perspectives to achieve wisdom. This duality makes Jabulon both a powerful and controversial symbol. Its ability to generate varied interpretations reflects the very essence of Freemasonry, which is often misunderstood by outsiders. Thus, Jabulon is not just a concept within Freemasonry, but a reflection of the complexity and mystery surrounding the organization. The role of secrecy and symbolism. Jabulon also reminds us of the importance of secrecy and symbolism in Freemasonry. The organization values secrecy not as a means of exclusion, but as a way to preserve the meaning and depth of its traditions. For Freemasons, the process of discovery and learning is as significant as the knowledge itself, and Jabulon exemplifies this. It is not something to be explained or understood superficially, but to be meditated upon and explored. This approach is often misinterpreted by those who see Freemasonry as an organization shrouded in mystery for dubious reasons. In reality, the symbolism of Jabulon and other Masonic elements serves as a reminder that spiritual and intellectual growth requires conscious effort and openness to the unknown. Jabulon in the modern world. In today's world, Jabulon remains a topic of debate and speculation, even among Freemasons themselves. For some, it is an essential element of the organization's deeper traditions. For others, It is a relic of the past with little practical relevance. Still, its power as a symbol remains intact, especially in a world increasingly divided. The symbolism of Jabulon, as an attempt to unify different spiritual traditions, is more relevant than ever. It invites us to reflect on how we can find harmony amidst diversity, and how the pursuit of knowledge can help us overcome barriers and build a deeper, more universal understanding. Above all, Jabulon is a symbol that challenges. It challenges our perceptions, our certainties, and our limitations. Whether seen as a spiritual concept, an allegory, or an esoteric mystery, it continues to captivate the imagination and inspire discussions. In a world that often struggles to reconcile differences, Jabulon is a powerful reminder that true wisdom may lie in integration, not exclusion. And so, we conclude this journey into the fascinating mystery of Jabulon and the enigmas of Freemasonry. What do you think Jabulon truly represents? A universal symbol or something even deeper? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'm eager to hear your perspective. If you enjoy exploring intriguing topics, uncovering historical secrets, and reflecting on spirituality, you're in the right place. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates. Together, let's unravel humanity's deepest mysteries. Until the next video, remember, knowledge is the greatest treasure we can share.